Welcome back. See, Patsy's having a little morning nap. Yeah. Oh, have I woken you up, Pats? Sorry about that. You're very welcome to Bealtaine Cottage here in the west of Ireland. Well, this is Monday morning and it's a beautiful day. Although it's grey, there's no sun shining, but it's very calm out there and it's still and it's not too cold. It's bearable. I've lit the stove, which is why the little in there is laid on those cushions with her head against the radiator. She is a very smart girl. And I have some post ready for the post office, as you can see in the basket. And I'm looking very sadly at my Stanley because I do wish I had someone who could just come up here to the cottage and renovate it. Oh, talking of the cottage, I read a comment. Someone said, "Do you live on your own? Because you use we." Well, I've only got one thing to say to that. We is the wee girl and me. Is that good enough for we? Or does it have to be two humans? Quick answer, I live on my own, but with herself. Not too complicated, is it? And another thought that's just come into my head, we are moving towards the equinox. Lovely time, must be celebrated. So I'm burning off quite a lot of the bay that I've just cut. Been masses of it. Of course, the bay is one of those sacred trees which is infused with oil. There's so much oil in it, so it does burn very easily. And the bay leaves, when they're dry, are particularly potent, you know, for writing down wishes and hopes and prayers and dreams on the back of the bay leaf and then burning it and letting all that beautiful perfume, because it's very perfumed, the sweet bay, let all that beautiful perfume just rise up and up and up into the very universe. So this is some of the here that I've cut, and I cut so much of it because it grows so readily here that I haven't even got room for it in the compost piles, you know. So I'll show you, see, this is bay, this is a bay tree, very lush, and there's another one over there, and there's several at the front of the cottage. Now this may look like a very hard prune, and in fact it is a very hard prune, but you see that? Come the summer, it will look like that one there. I've done this so many times. So, yeah. And it really does the plant good, and especially when you give it a feed and it shapes it because it can become very dominant. It's such a powerful plant, and it does do very well when it's kept in check, you know, and shaped. During my meditations this week, because I can't help but meditate when I'm out on the land and working with Mother Nature. But during my meditations, it's come to light and it sort of dawned on me so rapidly, almost in a fleeting second, that there is a veil between us, ourselves, and nature. It's easy to recognise this at night because there is a darkness and we cannot see. We cannot see beyond that darkness or even into that darkness. But what's happened over several hundred years is that human life has become so disconnected from nature, from Mother Earth. Most of that is based upon fear, and as a consequence, we cannot see the divinity in nature. We are blinded, we cannot see the divine. And when you think about this, it becomes so apparent of where that disconnection lies and how it's possible to lift that veil. We often talk about the veil between us and everything that lies within Mother Earth. At various times during the Celtic year. But that veil is there. And it's so sad. And we need to cultivate and nurture ways to lift that veil. These are the little cuttings that I've had on my windowsill in the kitchen for the past week or so. And I'm about to pot them on and look forward to even more plants. I love doing this task. I love to embed those little roots into earth and wish them good growing. So you can see there's lots and lots of London Pride growing up alongside the steps. Now I put this in specifically years ago because there was so much buttercup and other weeds along these steps, and the London Pride just smothered it all out. And it's beautiful because it comes up with flowers, and I've just been cleaning off. I'll just show you. See this little bit of step? This is what I've taken from it, and it's all infused into basically some earth and some moss, and I'm going to plant that up now in a pot for my container garden. This is truly a wonderful plant, and it grows so easily from little bits that you just snip off, you know. So anyway, I'll go and pot this up now. I've chosen this kind of low-level pot because, as you can see, the London Pride grows so easily on basically little or no earth. Okay, it's potted up, and I'll be putting that in place shortly. And you'll find that even this little transplant will flower. Oh, there's the crows back. There we go, that's it potted up. And it will even flower this year, even though it's a transplant. These are such rigorous and vigorous and healthy plants. They can do no wrong except spread. Bealtaine, Irish for the month of May. 20 years ago, this coming May, I arrived in Ireland and began what many people scorned and laughed at and thought was not possible for one woman to do. I began the Bealtaine project. And the Bealtaine project was to take 3 acres of rushy fields and with no money and on my own create a woodland that would honour Mother Earth and bring some of that vital energy back to my beloved Ireland. Because Ireland was once known as a land so forested by giant oaks that a red squirrel could move from the very southern western tip in Cork all the way up to the Inishowen Peninsula in Donegal without touching the earth. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine how beautiful this sacred land once was? So 20 years ago I began this project, and this May, this coming Bealtaine, I will celebrate the 20th anniversary of this project and living proof that one person can change the world. Can change the world that we inhabit. The world is around us. It is what we are. It is who we are. It is how we communicate. And ultimately, it is pure love for Mother Earth. That's all. How powerful is that?